Have you ever thought about what secrets lie behind Hagrid's kind-hearted nature? What if his past was far more tragic and mysterious than you imagined? In today's video, you will find out the truth about the most beloved professor in Harry Potter. Rubeus Hagrid is one of the most endearing characters in the wizarding world, a gentle giant, fiercely loyal and always willing to help, even at his own risk. He cares deeply for magical creatures and stands by Harry and his friends through thick and thin. But despite his big heart, he has always been an outcast. Looked down upon by some wizards, excluded from society, carrying the weight of past accusations. Why did Hagrid live this way? What made him different? Hagrid's father was a kind and loving wizard, though his name remains a mystery. He raised his son with warmth, teaching him all he could, but Hagrid's mother? That's where things take a darker turn. Her name was Fridwulfa, a giantess. Unlike his father, she had no interest in raising a child. When Hagrid was just 3, she abandoned the family, disappearing without a trace. His father did his best to care for him, but fate was cruel. At only 12, Hagrid lost his father, leaving him an orphan. Who took care of him after that? No one really knows. One thing is clear: he learned to survive on his own from a young age. Despite his tragic past, Hagrid found a home at Hogwarts, placed in Gryffindor House. He was 2 years younger than Tom Riddle, the boy who would become Lord Voldemort. Even then, Hagrid had a deep love for magical creatures, even the dangerous ones, and that love became his downfall. When the Chamber of Secrets was opened, Tom Riddle needed a scapegoat. He accused Hagrid of the attack, claiming that his pet, Acromantula Aragog, was the monster behind it all. The Ministry of Magic didn't need much convincing. Despite the lack of real evidence, they expelled Hagrid from Hogwarts. His wand was snapped, his education was over, his future stolen. The only person who stood by him, Albus Dumbledore. He fought to let Hagrid stay at Hogwarts as gamekeeper. But that didn't erase the stigma. For years, Hagrid lived under the weight of false accusations, unable to practice magic freely. Years later, thanks to Harry Potter and his friends, the truth finally came to light. Hagrid was cleared of all charges, and for the first time in his life, he was given a true place of honor. He became a professor of care of magical creatures, a job he was born for. Under Dumbledore's protection, life at Hogwarts was good, but with the arrival of Dolores Umbridge, everything changed. She saw Hagrid as a threat. His lessons were sabotaged, his presence questioned, and when Severus Snape became headmaster, Hagrid was once again forced into hiding. No matter how much he gave, the world never fully accepted him. Hagrid was more than a teacher. He was a warrior. From the First Wizarding War to the rise of Voldemort, he remained fiercely loyal to Dumbledore. He risked his life recruiting giants to fight against the Dark Lord, though the mission ended in disaster. When Hogwarts became a battleground, Hagrid stood on the front lines. He fought alongside students, professors, and members of the Order of the Phoenix. Even when Voldemort himself used him to carry Harry's lifeless body, Hagrid never lost faith. And when the dust settled, he was still standing. No one knows for sure what happened after the war. But one thing is certain: Hagrid never left Hogwarts. He continued teaching, caring for magical creatures, and keeping the school's deepest secrets. And love? There was one person who could match his strength and heart, Madame Olympe Maxime, the half-giantess from Beauxbatons. Did they stay together? It's possible. After all, if anyone deserved happiness, it was Hagrid. A tragic hero, a gentle giant, a man who never gave up, even when the world turned against him. That is the true story of Rubeus Hagrid. Hagrid's past is a tangled web of secrets and untold stories. We know he was expelled from Hogwarts in his 3rd year, accused of opening the Chamber of Secrets. But what really happened in the years that followed? Dumbledore trusted him enough to make him the keeper of keys and grounds. Why? Was it just sympathy, or did Hagrid prove himself in ways we never knew? The truth is, Hagrid's past is filled with gaps. After his expulsion, he was allowed to stay at Hogwarts. But was he only tending to magical creatures? Or was he doing something more? The Forbidden Forest was his second home, a place full of dangerous beings, centaurs, acromantulas, werewolves, creatures that could be powerful allies or deadly foes. What did Hagrid do in those years? Who did he meet? One name stands out. Newt Scamander, the famous Magi zoologist, had close ties to Dumbledore. Could Newt have taken Hagrid under his wing, taught him more than just caring for magical creatures? Perhaps Hagrid wasn't just a gamekeeper. Maybe he was learning, traveling, discovering secrets of the wizarding world that never made it into the history books. Hagrid's love for strange creatures always seemed innocent. But what if there was more to it? "I brought him back with me," he once admitted about Norbert the dragon. Where exactly did he get the dragon egg? And who was he with? The underground world of illegal magical creatures is shadowy. Did Hagrid have connections we don't know about? Connections that even Dumbledore chose to ignore? There's another question few dare to ask. Did Hagrid ever fall in love? We know he was interested in Madame Maxime, but before her? He spent years alone, surrounded by creatures, but people like Hagrid don't live without deep attachments. Was there someone he cared for, someone who shaped his past? A love lost to time and secrecy? The Order of the Phoenix had members we know about, and those we don't. Hagrid was fiercely loyal to Dumbledore. We assume he joined the Order during the First Wizarding War. But what if his involvement started earlier? He had access to places others didn't. He could pass messages, hide people, transport dangerous magical objects. Was he more than just a friendly giant with a pink umbrella? We must remember how much Hagrid knew. He was the one who picked up baby Harry from the ruins of his home. "I remember it," he said, "and you was just a little thing, wrapped up in blankets." But how did he get there so fast? Who sent him? And why did Dumbledore trust him with such an important mission? The truth is, Hagrid's story is bigger than we think. He wasn't just a caretaker. He wasn't just a man who loved monsters. He was a bridge between the magical world and the hidden corners no one dared to explore. A protector of secrets, a keeper of truths. Hagrid's past is still a mystery. Maybe he had adventures we'll never know. Maybe he kept secrets even from Harry. But one thing is certain, Rubeus Hagrid was never just an ordinary wizard, and maybe, just maybe, his story isn't over yet.